Hi, good morning, students. Welcome to online classes. The quality of your life is the quality of your communication, both with yourself and with others. See here how the communication is playing the important role in our day to day life. This statement is showing how you maintain the relations, the communication with the people, then it decides your quality, your the way you which you are living, the life of your quality. It will be decided, it will be determined, decided by the communication, how you are maintaining with other peoples. Welcome to welcome to the online classes, to our presentation. This is Pinnit Ramreddy, lecturer in English, Government Degree College, Mahabubabad, District Mahabubabad. Today our topic is communication. It is from our first year, second semester syllabus. Actually, the communication means which is a two-way process between one to another, between one group to another group, or among the groups. Actually, the general communication means here the sharing of information between two or more individuals or groups to reach a common understanding. Here, why? What do you mean by communication here? It is the sharing of information between two or more individuals. Means it may be between two peoples, or maybe more than two peoples, more individuals, among more peoples, or groups, between two groups or more groups, to reach a common understanding. The communication means sharing the information between two peoples or more than two peoples, between two groups or more than two groups, to reach a common understanding, means to get a common understanding. See how the people are sharing their views in the picture. You see there. Why does communication matter? Why we require the communication? Why does the communication matter here? The communication, what it does, let us say, it is communication for organizational. What the communication does, the communication will do, it will organize the people together, and it will get the access as well as awareness among the people. The communication, with the communication we can bring the awareness on the people, among the people. Next, improves coordination. When through the communication we can improve the coordination among the peoples. With good communication we can develop the good relationship with among the people. Here the communication is playing a why the important role. It reduces logical gaps. When we have good communication skills, it improves the coordination, as well as it reduces the logical gaps between two peoples, or between groups, or between any peoples. For example, at working place also some people may be having some queries among themselves. With good communication we can avoid that quarries, and we can develop the good relationship among the people. And it encourages cooperation. The good communication, the communication, it encourages the cooperation. Means here it helps to bring everyone in the mainstream. When we have the good communication skills, what it does, it makes all the people to come on to the mainstream, onto one platform, to do the work with successful. It gives a direction. The communication gives a direction, means here, to tasks and activities. Through the good communication we can complete the tasks and the activities also. And it is decision making. The communication helps us to take a good decision. It helps to make good decision with taking the advices, with collecting the information from other peoples. We can take a good decision with good communication. Speeds up. When all the people are having the good coordination, we can do the work with speed. The organizational process, it will be completed with speedness. The communication, it makes speed. And a problem solving tool, this communication will act like a problem solving tool by clarity, by preciseness and feedback. This communication will help us to work like it will work like a problem solving tool. See here the way communication process. Here we have four stages. One is the sender or instigator. The sender sends the message through the channel. The channel, it sends to the medium. The medium, he sends to the receiver. From the receiver again it comes as the feedback to the sender. Like it is a cyclic process. The communication is the cyclic process. From sender to the channel means where it should reach. From there the medium and the receiver, they receive and they do the work what is asked by the boss, and they will complete the work and they will send to the sender. It is the communication process, one to another, another to another, another to, like it reaches again to the boss. When it comes to the boss, it comes as a feedback. Communication styles. The communication style, we have informal and formal. We have the informal and formal styles in communication. Can apply to any mode of communication. Both styles are necessary. Appropriate style depends on the situation or setting and the people involved. Here communication styles, we have informal and formal. These we can apply, these can apply to anyone, any mode of communication. We can apply either formal or informal. Both styles are necessary, means both communications are necessary in our day to day communication. Appropriate style depends on the situation or setting and the people involved. See here how formal versus informal communication, how the formal communication sender, how and informal communication sender, how those two, formal person and informal person, how these two people are looking. Just you see them. The formal person, he dressed neatly and he wear the suit, and when we come to the informal person, he wore only the t-shirt and jean point. This formal, he wore the formal dress, that one informal dress. Here it is showing the difference between how he looks, the formal man, how he is looking, and how the informal man is looking. The variation easily we can find out between formal and informal when we look at this picture. Formal communication. A formal communication is the process of exchanging information by following the prescribed or official rules. Here, actually, this formal communication is used at offices or with higher officials. Here, it means a formal communication is the process of exchanging information by following the prescribed or official rules. Here, actually, this formal communication we can call as the official communication also. Here, to send the message, to exchange the information, there are some rules, prescribed rules. As per the rules only, we have to change the information in formal communication. See how those people are changing there. In this picture, you can see formal communication. Here it's complex and thorough. How the formal communication it will be? It is complexable, means understandable, and thorough. It is not brief. It is very in detail. The formal communication, formal message is complex and in detail, and longer sentences. It is not in short messages. It is longer sentences. They won't use the shortcut words in formal communication. They use the full words, and also in their expressions there are no contradictions. They will express very neatly. It will be understood by the other peoples. Or abbreviations, no abbreviations. They use complete sentence instead of abbreviation. They say complete sentence. For example, if they want to speak about the MLA, they won't speak MLA. They say as member of legislative assembly. And object is also very clear in the formal message, not a personal writing style. Here the formal message is the official message. It is not the personal message. It is written in official message. See how the formal communication is. For example, here president. If you see this chart, you can find out how the formal communication, how it is sending. From the president, there are two vice presidents. From the president, it directly sends to the vice president. Here and there. Vice president, each vice president is having two managers. Through the vice president, it passes to two managers. Like the message is being sent. Then it goes on the, if you take the left side, information, and from the right side, instructions and directions. The president, he gives here instructions, and after giving the instruction, he receives the information. It is the cyclic process. See, the formal communication, it includes three types of communication inside the organization. This formal communication, it is including inside the three types of communication. They are downward, upward, horizontal. Here let us see the number one, downward, from the boss to the subordinates, downward communication. Messages flow downward through the chain of command, that is from manager to employee, from boss to the employee, subordinate, from the boss to the subordinate. The message from upward to downward, it will be come down, the message will be sent. It is called as a downward communication, means it comes through the boss to the employee, or manager to the boss to the subordinate, manager to the employee. It is a chain system, like a commanding. He is ordering, this fellow has to do, means the boss, when the boss orders, the follower has to do the work. The next one is upward communication. Messages flow upward through the chain of command, that is from employees to boss. When the boss sends the message, then the employees should receive the message, and they have to do what boss asked, or what boss assigned, the work they have to do. And then they have to upward, means from the employees to the boss, they have to send the message to the upward. It is called upward communication. Downward communication means from the top to the bottom. It is called downward communication. When we send the message from down to up, it is called upward communication. The third one is horizontal communication. Messages flow laterally between people of the same rank. This is called horizontal communication. For example, in the office, same equal cadre, if equal cadre is there in the office, then the communication goes like horizontal. There is no upward communication and downward communication. The downward communication means from the boss to the employees, for the subordinate, or the manager to the employees. Upward communication means from the employers to the manager, from the subordinate to the boss. But when we go for the horizontal communication, it is the communication, it passes on equal cadre peoples. That is called horizontal communication. Downward communication. Employee performance appraisals, job instructions, job rational, motivational appeals. Here, what is in downward communication? Means what the boss assigns to the employee. Employee performance appraisals. Here means how the employee is doing, and everything the boss has to be done, to be observed. Job instructions, and what the employee has to do, the boss should give the instructions. Job rational, and also motivational appeals. The boss can motivate the employees. in downward communication. Upward communication, employee opinions and feelings. Then here the boss has to ask the opinions, he has to get the feedback, or he has to ask, he has to raise a question to give their feelings, to send their feelings, employ opinions and feelings, and outlines of work problems. When they go when they are doing the work, what are the problems they are getting, they have to send to the boss. Ideas for improvement, and to do the better, what shall we do, he can collect the ideas from the employees also. Employee work, achievements and progress, that is included, these four are included in upward communication. Horizontal communication, intra-departmental problem solving. Horizontal communication means here intra-departmental problem solving. Here, when both, when those people, same equal cadre people are there, if they are having any problems, they have to solve themselves, and they have to send messages each other. Intra-departmental coordination, they have to have the coordination, the intra-departmental coordination. Staff advice to departments. Here the staff also should advise the, can advise to the departments. Now let us go for informal communication. An informal communication is the process of spontaneous exchange of information among various people of different status in the offices or at our places, wherever it is. What it means, an informal communication is the process of spontaneous exchange of information, means the ideas will come spontaneously, we can change with equal cadre, or with our friends and other peoples also. See here, when they go outside to have a cup of tea, how they are sharing their feelings in informal communication, how they are moving each other. Just you see in through this picture. In informal communication, there are conversational. Here it is not like formal. It is like conversational, slang or figures of speech. Here we can use slangs in the language, or figures of speech in the language. It is personal or emotional tone. In informational informal speech, we can use our personal ideas and emotional tones also. Speak directly to audience. Here in informal language, speak directly to the audience. Use words like you and yours. Here we can use the words like you and yours. See here how the informal communication networks, the process you see, the chain system, how it is. Why do you see BA? Formal and informal channels of communication. See the chain. A, it goes in the formal system, gossips, how they are going, A to B, A to C, A to D, A to E, A to F, A to G, A to H, A to I, A to J, A to K. When we go to the cluster level, it becomes what? A to C, A to D, A to F, F to B, F to I, and F to J. It is in informal situation, the communication, it is moves like this, it spreads like this. Informal communication, it includes what? Indicates the health of the organization. This informal communication indicates the health of the organization. Means here how the atmosphere is there. When the atmosphere is good, then we can use informal communication in outside of the office. It indicates the health, how the health is their health of the organization, and adds to employee satisfaction and commitment. And when they feel satisfaction and commitment, and it indicates employee concerns is 75 to 95% accurate. This informal communication travels fast. The, this informal communication, it travels fast because one to another it spreads very easily. Here, for using examples of appropriate situations for using each communication style, see, informal mode of communication, formal. In informal situation, how we are sending, and formal situations. Let us see. In informal, text message to a friend, birthday card for a relative, tweet or Facebook status. Written. Formal, that it is email to a professor, resume or cover letter, online discussion board post. Here the difference you can see, informal should be sent to the friends or relatives through the, we can write or we can send, but here it should be either email or with a cover letter, with a resume or anything we should send like that. Next, in verbal communication, how it is: skipping with a sibling family dinner, socializing at a club meeting. Skipping with a sibling means here we can uh, do the works, we can skip with our siblings, and we can have the dinner with our family, and specializing at a club meeting. But in verbal, teaching, job interview, in class presentation. Next scenario, formal communication, informal communication. How it is? You want to confirm that you have an appointment with a professor after class. In informal communication, hey, we still meeting today, Dr. J. In informal communication, informal communication. Hello, Dr. Jones. I just want to confirm that we are meeting today at 4. Does that still work for you? See how the difference between informal and formal communication. See, hey, the informal is very short. Hey, we still meeting today, Dr. J. Instead of the name, he's just calling Dr. J. In formal communication, hello, Dr. Jones. I just want to confirm that we are meeting today at 4. Does that still work for you? Next, you were supposed to meet a friend, but she is 45 minutes late. You send her a text message. It is a situation when he want to meet our friend, but she comes 45 minutes late. Then we send a message. Hey, where are you? Weren't we walking out at 3? Here in formal message, Jessica, please update me on your whereabout. I am concerned that you haven't arrived for our 3 p.m. workout. Best wishes, Taylor. See the difference between informal message and formal message. The process of the communication. See, communication. What is communication? Why communication needs? What is formal communication? Ways of formal communication. Informal communication. Importance of informal communication. Implementation of formal and informal communication. Let us see. Here, communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place, person, or group to another. Every communication involves at least one sender, a message, and a recipient. These include our emotions, the cultural situation, the medium used to communicate, or even our location. Just now we earlier we had a discussion. Communication is simply the act of transforming information from one place, person, or group to another. Here, every communication involves at least one sender, a message, and a recipient. This includes our emotions. The cultural situation means here one can send the message to other person, or one group can send the message to other group. It involves at least one sender, a receiver, a recipient in communication process. See why communication matters. How means why we require the communication. You see it is indicating the communication brings people together, closer to each other. why we need the communication means here the communication is bringing people together and making closeness among themselves and each other. The communication is an important management function closely associated with all other managerial functions. It bridges the gap between individuals and groups through flow of information and understanding between them. Here, why we require the communication? Why do we have the communication? Means the communication is bringing people together. People. It is making the relationship better, and also it is bringing closer together. It is an important management function, or it is an important tool, and it is functioning closely associated with all other managerial functions. And it brings the gap between individuals and groups through flow of information and understanding between them. This communication is bringing together and making how the people to understand everything. Here, formal communication refers to interchange of formation officially. The flow of communication is controlled and is a deliberate effort. This makes it possible for the information to reach the desired place without any hindrance, at a little cost and in a proper way. Here, formal communication it refers to interchange of information officially. What it is doing? It is referring to interchange the information officially. The flow of communication is controlled and is a deliberate effort. This makes it possible for the information to reach the desired place without any hindrance. Means the formal communication it can reach the place without any hindrances. See how the formal communication, see downward, upward, horizontal diagnosis. Types of formal communication. How we can send the formal communication? Through memos, through intranet, through the means through giving the memos we can get the information through the intranet, through the meetings, through conducting the meetings also we can order them through the conferences, through formal one on ones, through bulletin boards, through handouts, through letters. Through all these ways, we can get the information. This is formal communication types. Definition of informal communication. The informal communication is the casual and unofficial form of communication wherein the informal information is exchanged spontaneously between two or more persons without confirming the prescribed official rules, process, system, formalities, and chain of command. Here the informal communication, here we don't prepare already. Just it comes spontaneously as per the situation. Informal communication is casual communication between co-workers in the workplace. This type of communication is important in the workplace as it can help with employee morale and can encourage the feeling of belonging for the employees as well as a client or customer. This informal communication is casual communication. It is between two co-workers in the workplace or at home place, at any place. This type of communication is important in the workplace as it can help with employee. And this informal communication it will help to the employee more and encourage the feeling of belonging for the employees as well as a client or customer. In order to complete any formal communication or informal communication, and grapevine communication provides a huge boost to organizational employees to the important function. The fact is that they talk among themselves and help to promote organizational solidarity. If properly used, it may raise the morale of the workers. Either the formal communication or informal communication, it develop the relationship among the people and it develop the strong relations. Thank you, friends. Let's meet with another class by tomorrow. Thank you very much once again.